Let's go through the largest overhaul update we've seen thus far now in MW2's Season 3. Be sure to subscribe for more content videos like this. We're on the road to 110,000 subscribers. Really do appreciate it, guys. And first off, quick update here. The preload for this update should be available now. The blog post last week told us that it will be live April 10th at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. As of recording this video, it's still not up. There may be a slight delay, but it should be at some point today, tonight, maybe early tomorrow morning. Let me know in the comment section down below if that preload is available, what platform you're on, and all of that good stuff. And I'll be sure to update you guys as well when that goes live there. But for this update here, a lot of crazy stuff. Let's start off here first with DMZ, because DMZ is getting a lot of massive changes here. So let's go through the first big overhaul change here, something we've been asking for a while now. It's the barter system. So outside of being important mission items, most of the collectible non-lethal items in DMZ will have another purpose once the update is live. Across every exclusion zone, all buy stations will now have an option in addition to buying gear and weapons for cash, bartering. This is where you use recipes. These give instructions to your operator, including a component list in order to build new equipment that could be more useful to your current situation. In other words, bartering is where you exchange items for others. At the start of Season 3, some bartering recipes will be available for most of the new plate carriers and backpacks detailed later in this overview. We'll go through that. Kill streaks, self-revive kits, and keys. However, each exclusion zone has its own set of barter options across its buy stations, adding one more additional element to fully exploring everything in DMZ. Super cool stuff here. There are dozens of item trade combinations that will launch with Season 3, meaning anyone can memorize these recipes, share them with squad mates, and search for specific items to load up on loot. These recipes range from operator items like bomb drones and self-revive kits to other important keys and items. The barter system is ready to help operators stock up on those harder to find items and reward them for their scavenging efforts. So finally here, all of the random items you find looting different buildings in DMZ will be a lot more useful than just trading it in for cash, exfilling for XP, or, exfilling with them for a mission. It's going to be something where, like in the campaign, you find different items and you can craft different unique lethals, tacticals, kill streaks, stuff like that. So excited for that. We're going to go through a bunch of different recipes on the channel. We're going to find a bunch of stuff there. Can't wait for that to go live. Now for the Contraband Workbench here, this is also super cool. It's going to be not at buy stations, but right near them. Separate workbenches will be there for a nominal cash fee. The workbench allows an operator to add attachments they have unlocked for any weapon platform onto a piece of contraband or insured weapon. Operators can also remove them piece by piece. These workbenches provide this attachment swapping service, but for a price, given how much a weapon's strengths and weaknesses can change based on the attachments it has or what is removed. The obvious example is to attach what you believe is the most advantageous attachments on contraband weapons, as most of the time, such weaponry won't have all 5 attachments you seek. Some attachments to consider are suppressors, which are great for stealth situations, and thermal optics for help seeing through smoke or more easily acquiring targets via their heat signatures. However, any DMZ operator knows that the VASM 9K with a high magnification scope or the RPK with a 30-round magazine may not be the most ideal attachment combinations for how these weapons are typically used. In those cases and more, especially with contraband picked up from fellow operators, the workbench is here to help scrap those attachments and slap on ones you feel more confident with. Such a cool concept there. Can't wait for that. Now for another really cool feature, which I didn't expect them to do there, because we talked about workbenches and the barter system. We already theorized about that potentially being added to DMZ when it first came out last year. But this one's different, actually. Active duty operator slots. So what's this all about? By far one of the largest changes to DMZ since its launch, active duty operator slots are a critical part of this experience's core value of taking calculated risk for incredible rewards. So at the start of the season, every player will have 3 active duty operator slots, which equates to 3 separate operators that have their own on-soldier items. These items include your backpack, plate carrier, kill streaks, self-revive, and gas mask. You are free to swap around who these operators are in your active slots, so if you have a default operator skin for a while and pick up Alejandro or Valeria in the battle pass, there's no need to worry about losing that active duty slot progress. So once you select your operator here for, let's say, active duty 1, you could switch that out with another operator, but in that section you'll still keep what items you had before saved in that slot. So it's more about the slots, active duty 1, 2, and 3, and then so on. Rather, it is the actual operator skin itself, which I think is really, really cool overall. Now, before launching into a match, you could choose which active duty operator you bring into the exclusion zone. Whatever they bring back is not part of the original global loadout, primary weapon, secondary weapon, lethal, tactical, field upgrade. It's only specific for active duty operators. That means contraband weapons are shared between active duty operators, but not keys. Your keys will be specific to the operator, but your other contraband weapons will just be a general shared menu, exactly how it is right now. So that's that there. Active duty operator slots allow for strategies around designated operators for specific missions or supply runs. Another way to think about it is the active duty operators are like lives in DMZ, but again, remember the core part of taking calculated risk, a part of DMZ. Each operator life is separate and can easily go back to bare bones. In other words, using just one main operator, like in DMZ prior to this update, may limit you to strategies like building up every operator to full strength on scavenging runs, then using them all if necessary to knock out a difficult mission or secure a weapons case. Now, we also have new equipment, plate carriers, backpacks, and a rebreather. So let's go through some stuff here. The first is the backpack, secure and scavenger. Cool stuff overall, very, very cool. Secure backpacks, as the name suggests, secure items between runs. This means that these non-contraband, non-on-soldier items are secured in your inventory and don't convert to XP upon extraction. Plus, items in a secure backpack are kept to that active duty soldier if they're eliminated in an extraction zone. Most likely one of the biggest game changers in DMZ alongside the active duty operator slots, as this can help you with supply runs and mission objectives. And both of them come from the same idea of persistence. In DMZ, you need to continue doing missions and tasks despite getting knocked down sometimes. For the secure backpack again, even if you lose one important mission item, it will still be there with a secure backpack. And remember that there's a barter recipe for it as well. Now, for a scavenger backpack, these take out that third weapon slot usually found in medium and large backpacks and additional item slots, perfect for completing missions when there are a ton of valuable items that need to be picked up. Also pretty cool there. Now, for plate carriers, we have tempered, revive, comms, and stealth, and here are the 4 plate carriers. Let's go through this here. You may already be familiar with the tempered plate carriers from the previous Call of Duty Warzone, and in case you need to reassess the intel, we wrote about that in the tactical overview. So 3 plate medic vest grants both faster revives on squad mates as well as faster self-revives when using a self-revive kit. All around a helpful vest, but especially great for those who find themselves as a squad's medic. Now we have a 3 plate comms vest. It's like a signal booster and has a few benefits. It increases the duration of all UAV technology, the kill streak, UAV towers, enemy radios dropped by AI, and makes them function as advanced UAVs, meaning that they also show player direction and location. As another bonus, the vest gives you an audio cue when an enemy operator is close to you, like an auditory version of the high alert perk. It can be great for a solo runner, especially given that they can level the communications advantage that having a duo or trio provides. And the stealth plate carrier comes built in with a ghost perk, keeping you off enemy radars, built for those times when keeping a low profile is essential to the mission. And to be on the lookout for armor satchels coming back during the season as well. Now, finally, a quick reminder here as to what the tempered plate carriers are all about. So with a tempered plate carrier equipped, your armor will be 2 half bars instead of 3/3, making it easier and more efficient to replate after one or both are cracked. So pretty much your full armor is only going to be 2 half bars, again, a lot faster than what it would be before with the 3/3 right now. So that is pretty cool overall. Now here's the Rebreather field upgrade. This is pretty sick. So a brand new field upgrade you may recall first seeing in a raid episode. The Rebreather is built for amphibious operators who navigate around the various waterways in Al Mazrah and Ashika Island. This tool allows operators to breathe underwater for longer periods of time, perfect for stealth infiltrations or tricky maneuvers where air is limited. Like a stim pistol, it has multiple uses before it expires and can be even swung as a 2-handled melee tool in a pinch. Really cool stuff there. Skeleton key now. Those familiar with the phrase know that a skeleton key can unlock nearly any door in DMZ. This only exception is getting the Building 21 access key. Although you cannot earn a Building 21 deployment, you can open every door that requires a key card or a key in Building 21 or the other exclusion zones. These keys can only be created through a special barter system recipe because every item can matter in DMZ, and bartering means losing items to make others. It may be best to save it for those incredibly tough to find keys or use it as a backup for those missions that require a specific key. This is super cool actually, so can't wait to get the skeleton key in DMZ. Now for new missions here, we have a preview of what we're seeing. Season 3 of DMZ will not reset your mission progress, which is good. Furthermore, the new redacted faction available to all players will have 3 of its mission tiers available at Season 3 launch, with 2 more coming at the mid-season update. Finally here, DMZ activities. Remember that missions are not the only thing to accomplish in DMZ. The new bosses, as well as something completely redacted happening mid-season, are sure to give even more challenges and rewards to all operators. Now, we also have a supply run contract coming to DMZ. Most operators who play Battle Royale know the details about supply runs, but now these contracts are coming to DMZ, and they are similar in name only. A supply run is a great contract for gearing up when your active duty operator is brand new. Think of it as a lower stakes safe cracker. Instead of iron safes, all your operator needs to do is find wooden crates. All items there are free for the taking. Cool stuff overall. We have birds in the sky, new vehicle exfil option. This is super interesting. So the heavy chopper is back, and there will be a new way to privately exfiltrate from an exclusion zone in DMZ, both of which can help you exfiltrate safely. So here's a look at this. Pretty cool overall. The heavy chopper first, seen in Ground War and Invasion within MW2, will add to the aerial vehicle lineup. Unfortunately for you, it is completely drained out of its fuel, so operators must find its special fuel around to the airport in order to get it in the sky. Once topped off with its fuel, the heavy chopper can fly around the map and even outside the boundaries, which is how you can exfiltrate at any time for free. After getting out of bounds, a countdown will appear just like a normal exfiltration until you ultimately are given the same treatment as a successful exfil. That's pretty cool. And now another feature here is a new buy station item known as a private exfil. So once bought, an exfil will be available on an unused exfil point for that match on the map. Consider it an extra escape route if needed, especially during a prisoner rescue contract. So super cool. Can't wait to see how that works in the game, but definitely glad they're adding that there. And then just go through again, upgrading to MW2, getting more rewards for Warzone 2, extra XP, stuff like that. But overall, that's it here for this major overhaul in MW2 Season 3, DMZ. Crazy stuff here. I can't wait to go through all these changes and break it all down for you guys. Super excited for this here. The barter system especially, all of the items will be able to craft and create. I really can't wait to go through that. So be sure to subscribe. We'll be doing a bunch of videos going through how to get the best recipes to create stuff in DMZ, how the active duty operator slots are working in this game, and all that good stuff. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.